All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the SMO Any% Open, hosted by Dansta and Plan B Esports. We've got another Division A matchup for you here, another Division A quarterfinal between SA1102 SMO and Pro AC Venture. Actually, something that's pretty neat is that the winner of this match will be facing the winner of our next match coming up. So make sure you want to stay tuned for both of those. We've got our 11 seed versus our 14 seeds. So both these runners doing a pretty good job to get here, beating some stronger opponents. But yeah, both of them with 101s as well, 6 seconds apart. So this, if that's saying anything, this should be a very nice race, nice and close race. Am I echoing, or is? I'm not sure why that might be. That is very strange. I am not sure. But yeah, both these runners just getting set up here. Going to be setting those DSTA times. We do see SA1102 actually is a bit of a webcam warrior, I guess you could say. You love to see it. You don't see that too often these days. But got it coming out here, so that's pretty cool to see. It looks like they're just getting the waiting for the timer to count down here on the race time. Um, might just be fixing the technical difficulties here. Um, hopefully it's not too obnoxious. And uh, yeah, it looks like both runners are ready, so probably going to be counting it down here, I would think. Um, and then we will be off. So yeah, I guess while we're waiting, we do have some very cool people in this race. You make sure to follow our runners over on their respective Twitch channels. Got myself on comms. My name is Casual. I was in Division B. I'm now out, so just looking forward to kicking back and watching these guys go at it. It looks like we are off now. Getting into it here. And then we've got Salmonbert on the restream. We're going to be seeing Salmonbert racing in Division S pretty soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And then looking at the schedule, it looks like we also might have Michael Guy on stats rather. I don't know if we have a stats person command. We do have the stats sheet command and like the individual ones as well. So if you are curious in seeing any of those stats for Division A, there's our command there. I think that's everything. I'll just get settled and underway here in this race. Not too much to say in cab. Looks like both of them off to solid starts. Now the cool thing about the stats sheet is that we actually get to see from their last races what these runners decided to go for. It looks like neither of them went for hydrophobia, so I would assume we probably won't see it here. Oh, we see an attempt from SA1102. Not good, unfortunately. But there was an attempt made, so I guess he decided from since last race to decide to maybe go for it here. Very interesting. We did not see an attempt at a Pro AC Ventures, so um, yeah, it looks like both of them probably will set up for left side. They both went for it their last races and got it, and not changing here in this time. Very clean from both. Oh, and Pro AC Venture not doing the fast second phase, but still going to be just a tiny bit ahead. Even cap. So yeah, solid starts here for both. Looks like we're going to be getting, what's that, about a 221 from Pro AC Venture and a 222 from SA. So yeah, pretty good beginnings for both here. It's what you like to see. This is why they're in Division A. And yeah, we are off and running. Looks like I would assume we probably won't see a DSS attempt from either of them. I don't think anyone in Division A has gone for DSS yet, at least in their first races. I wouldn't be surprised if we did not see it here in this one either. We'll probably start to see more DSSs once we hit Division S, which actually, the first match of Division S will be happening a bit later. We've got Hot Boy and Mesa coming up at 2400 UTC. I guess just going over the schedule then real quick. So our next match after this is another Division A match between Crunchy Spawn and Seaman Rulo. Actually, so that's the winner of this race will be facing the winner of that race in the semifinals. So that will be very cool to see. And then we'll have our Division B semifinal matchup, our first semifinals for Division B between Lex and Arcani. And then we'll have back-to-back Division S's. So make sure to stay tuned for all of those matches. They're going to be very hype. All right, and yeah, we see no DSSs here. Will we get some clean dino skips? Oh, Pro AC Venture not quite hitting the trampoline. Gonna have to spin around and back it up. A good backup, though. Not going to be losing a whole lot of time. But that is going to give SA the slight lead. Let's see how these fights go. I don't imagine we'll see anything too out of the ordinary here. And yeah, some clean stuff here from both. And yeah, we love to see the support in the chat for our runners here. Do we have any pro AC Venture stands in the chat as well, perhaps? But yeah, that's what you like to see. Love to see the support. All right. And yeah, both runners off to pretty clean starts, beside maybe the missed dino skip from Pro AC. But other than that, pretty good here from both. Um, and yeah, we'll be going for these last moons here. It doesn't look like either of them will be going for chest clip based off last match's stats. And out just going to be going for the Cliff Moon here. Both of them will be doing that. And get the nice spin throw roll cancel out. Oh, Pro AC Venture not quite getting the spin pound. Gets the ground pound, but not quite the roll he wanted. But that's okay. Both of them still off to good starts here. And now just looking at the stat sheet here again, it looks like both of them actually do go for platform clip route. So that could get quite interesting here. Looks like both of them were able to do it successfully in their round one matchups. So would expect that it should be fairly clean, but it's during a race, anything can happen. Not one race is going to be the same as another race. So let me see here. So this is about I'm trying to time out here how big this lead is exactly. Let's see when SA starts rolling here. So it'll be at 6:19, and Pro AC Venture will start rolling at about 6:24. So yeah, about a 5-second difference. Oh, SA, bit of a weird thing happening there. Oh, Pro AC Venture having to do some interesting movement as well. I'm not sure if that's the usual movement he goes for, but having to make it work here does make it work just fine. But potentially a little scuffed here for him. But both making it work, both getting the moons they needed. Some clean seed moon grabs as well. Not even really seeing the moons until they grab them because of the way they both had their cameras set up. But yeah, both with pretty good towns. Off to pretty good starts here in Sand. Can we keep it going? Finding that Dune Moon, no problem. And I mean, at this level, you'd expect that. If there's some missed Dune Moons at this level, I would be shocked. A clean side flip and the roll cancel there from SA. Pro AC Venture opting for the backflip and the roll cancel. Or not roll cancel. I forget the term for that, but slightly different. We see SA not even attempting Dram. Pro AC Venture going to be going for it here. Does that connect? Slightly frozen here on Pro AC Venture's end. Fortunately. We see SA unfortunately did kill that bullet bill. I'm gonna have to wait for another one here. We will get Pro AC Ventures feed right back up. Just a moment. Looks like potentially their stream may have died. Oh, the ads. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's messing with the media player. Well, we will get it back. I would assume probably pretty shortly. But meanwhile, SA cruising along here, getting reverse Jaxie. Now going to be going for this bullet bill manip. No, so what you can do, yeah, you can turn off mid rolls, but you can't turn off pre rolls. So I would assume that might be what we're getting here. Because maybe they just started their stream up. Oh, SA going to be missing platform clip. Looks like I'm not fully sure how platform clip works, but it looks like he may have been a bit too late on that first attempt. And it looks like Pro AC Venture is back and actually did pull into the lead while we were missing their feed. So must have hit platform clip successfully. But yeah, that looks like a actually decently sizable lead here, probably about 15 seconds or so for Pro AC Venture. So we must have missed a good sand from him. That's too bad. But yeah, gonna be what is this here? It's a 10-2x for sure. I think it's a 1028. Maybe a very low 1029. But still very, very good. And yeah, it's gonna be a 28 here from Pro AC Venture. Very strong. Just too bad we got to not see the second half of Sand. All good though. I'm sure it was good. And then a 1047 here from SA, so about a 20-second difference here out of Sand. Definitely still anyone's race. I mean, heck, if it's anything like the last race we just saw, we could potentially perhaps get to see some lead changes here when we get later into the run. Could see SA bring it back and make it super, super close. Those are the kind of races that are so fun, the ones that constantly are changing leads back and forth, and they're just so, so close, where one mistake really kind of decides it. And okay, we're going to be getting a standard late clip here from Pro AC Venture. No cap throw. Interesting, but still making it work just fine. I don't think I've ever seen someone not go for a cap throw there. Oh, SA going for triple lake. Missing it though, unfortunately. Gonna have to set up the standard one. Having a little bit of difficulty with it though. Just not getting Cappy to go where he needs to be. Ooh, having a lot of trouble here on late clip. Excuse me. And there we go. That one is going to work. And alright, there we go. Took a little bit of time, but we are through. But that is going to give Pro AC Venture even more of a lead here. Probably getting close to 40 seconds now out of Lake, assuming nothing else goes wrong for either runner. But we'll see. I mean, the very next kingdom, Wooded, is known for not being very kind to anybody. So we could see the gap close right up with Wooded Kingdom. You never know. I mean, on the flip side, I guess we could see it grow even more, but I would assume we probably won't have that here. And yeah, that's going to be, what is that? I think a 13-19 from proacventure lake exit. So very, very strong start here to his run. SA not going to go for the camera setup here. Going to go into the room physically and actually talk to the kind lady. And looking at this globe exit or globe capture. So yeah, it's going to be just under 40 seconds out of Lake. The difference. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, Wooded Kingdom is very unforgiving. Anything can happen here, and some mistakes can be absolutely catastrophic. Oh, proacventure kind of jumping over the moon a little bit there. Gonna have to double back for it. No problem though. Now, I would assume both of these runners are probably going to be doing tree route. I guess we'll see here. Yeah, it looks like proacventure's already setting up for it. And yeah, going to be going towards this. Not on a tree moon first, which is the signal that they are indeed doing tree route. So see how this nut clip goes. Meanwhile, SA just entering the shop. And we'll get to see what kind of route they're going for here in just a moment. No, missing nut clip. And that's just what I was saying. That just mistakes like that. And assuming SA can hit nut clip now, this lead is suddenly going to be much lower. And yeah, oh, not getting the cap throw, or cap bounce rather. And yeah, SA also setting up for tree route here. Oh, not getting it again! Cappy deciding not to cooperate with proacventure here. And having a lot of difficulty. Oh, goodness. Meanwhile, SA does hit Nutclip. Might actually be ahead. And gets the out of bounds. Does he get back in? He does. SA. Now it looks like he might still. Well, it looks like he's still behind, but he will have one less moon to grab. proacventure will need to grab that story moon, I believe. So it could very well be SA's lead here now. And that's what I was saying. Wooded is just unforgiving. We see it here, case in point. And well, for proacventure now, it's gonna just have to be a matter of just, I guess, locking in for the rest of the kingdom. Putting the mistakes behind him. It's gonna be tough to do, but we'll see. Is he able to do it? And okay, not killing the piranha plant. Trying to think here. No, okay, no, he should be fine. Oh, wait. No, is gonna have to kill it. Yeah, okay. I was right. Had me confused for a second there, because usually you kill the piranha plant first. Oh, SA needing a rainbow spin, but makes FRS work. And yeah, that definitely is the lead here for SA. And just like that, I mean, he was what, about 40 seconds behind out of Lake? Suddenly, in the lead. It's all because of one missed nut clip and some other meltdowns here from proacventure. Now, proacventure, I would assume, would probably still go for Spiritless. Does have the option to fight Spirit if you really wanted to now. SA forced to go for Spiritless here. Or, yeah, Spiritless. Spirit is the boss in Wooded Kingdom, I am correct. Let's see here. Oh, doing a dive for safety. Make sure he doesn't get stunned by mistake. And yeah, pretty clean movement over there. proacventure maybe a slightly faster roll off of here. And not getting stunned. And yeah, it's probably, what, about 15 seconds now for SA going into flooded pipes. And yeah, this is crazy. One kingdom making all the difference here. And yeah, pretty clean flood pipes here for SA. Can proacventure match it? Wooded saved your run. Well, that was a very solid Wooded, yes. You might just be right on that. Bringing you back into the lead as well. And yeah, it looks like this is going to be a 19-1x exit here for SA. Going to be 1914. And I didn't quite get to see the globe here from proacventure, but I would assume this is a, yeah, 1932. All right. So yeah, about an 18-second difference here. Welcome on in, Lucine. We've got our second of three, actually, back to back to back Division A quarterfinal matchups here. So far, pretty close, like the last one was. But yeah, we're heading into Cloud now here. Not much should happen here, but I guess you never know. Is it Venture? Okay, I wasn't sure. Thank you for correcting me there. I will try and keep that in mind. I wasn't sure if they were maybe going for like the adventure, but I put changing the C with the D or something, so I wanted to say just say the AC just to be safe. But if it is Venture, I will go with Venture. Oh, that's basically the same thing. Like when you're saying it, that's basically the same thing. But yeah, good clouds here from both runners. I'll see if the Losts can match up. And a good... Oh, gonna have to land on the lower platform here. But does get up. Will not be taking a death on Meme Tree today. That's what you love to see. And yeah, good Meme Tree here from Proac as well. Maybe saving a slight bit of time over SA. Hard to say, but seemed like it may have been slightly faster. Time to open a bunch of spreadsheets? Well, here, let me help you a little bit with that, Lucine. And anyone else in chat that is interested about the stats, you can go to that link. That'll take you to the stats page for this division. Oh, SA ledge grabbing, but still, I guess that's his usual setup. That looked calculated now that I think about it. And yeah, no reverse repeatals here. I don't know, for some reason it seemed like SA's setup may have been looking towards doing that, but definitely not. Now that I see it. And no cage triples either here from either runner. Oh, SA not gonna be getting deathless. Luckily, that's only a couple seconds. Um if you're just looking away and come back and see a death, it usually isn't a good thing, but this is the one time it isn't the end of the run. Alright, well, besides that, I mean, pretty clean loss here from both. Um, a 23-11 loss takes it here. And it looks like Proac definitely did make up some time, so yeah, probably having the slightly better loss. 23-19. So about 8 seconds here. This is starting to look a lot like the last race, where it was literally less than 10 seconds apart from basically Metro until Bowser's. Or I guess Luncheon. Luncheon, maybe there was a bit of a gap, but anyway, yeah, about an 8 second difference here in this one. Oh, SA missing the awning jump the first time there. Oh, will this be enough height? Usually don't see the triple jump from the first generator there, but does make it work. And both of them getting a clean Goomba bounce there. Oh, SA slightly missing the entrance to City Hall. All good though. Oh, Proac not getting cap. Or, what was that, roll cancel? I swear I know the movements in SMO. I swear I do. I just get mixed up sometimes. But yeah, both of them having decent climbs up here. And, excuse me, no shenanigans here for either of them during the blind jump. Now, the question is, will we see any Giggler attempts? I'm looking back at the stat sheet here to see if any of them went for it. Looks like SA may be setting up for it. Oh, no, okay, not quite. Oh, Proac will be, though. And gets out of bounds. Now, it does get the other movement here, though. Getting out of bounds is one thing. That's the main... Oh, bonking on the taxi! Ooh, this could be tight here for Proac now. Meanwhile, SA getting ready to start this 2-cycle. I didn't see where he took damage, but is going to be on 2 HP. And going to be on 1 HP. Should be fine, though. Looks like the 2-cycle is going to be clean. And Proac's still getting back in time. Oh, and Proac's feed freezing once again. Maybe some more ads. We saw this in Sand Kingdom earlier. It's quite possible maybe ads are freezing our feed. And yeah, getting confirmation. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's what it was last time too. Then, um, so I guess we'll have to wait about a minute here to see um where Proac is at. Looks like this 2-cycle was fine. I'm pretty sure he only has the one bubble left that he was aiming at, so it should be fine. Um, and yeah, SA still had a slight lead. Looked like out of Night Metro. Um, so assuming nothing goes wrong for SA, we should see it still be a slight lead for him. But guess we'll see. Going for a scoot clip here. Going for drive-by. Oh, just barely missing it. Gonna try and back it up here. Going to the right here. and making it work. Well, going into Night Metro, SA was also ahead, and they both had pretty clean Night Metros, so would have still had a lead regardless. But yeah, here's where we'll get to see the route difference here from this Giggler from Proac. I'm going to be heading into the shop here, presumably after this Bench Friends. Meanwhile, SA going to be going over to the Girder here, the moon that Proac did grab. And Proac going to be going into slots as well. Okay. This is the second time now I've seen someone go for slots after Bench Friends, after going for Giggler. I didn't realize people actually went for this. Because, like, most of the time you see people go for shop after Bench Friends. But I think last time, too, it was because the person was not doing Spiritless and Luncheon, so I would assume we're probably not going to see it from Proac either then. But yeah, fair play. Gonna be heading to that bullet building now. Well, that's the thing, yeah, so... Yeah, I guess for Luncheon, too, would be the biggest part of that. Or one of the big parts of that, anyway. And that's only if you're doing Spiritless. Oh, Proac not quite getting that bullet bill. Gonna have to do the backup movement here with the vault. Making it work just fine. And yeah, it looks like SA will have a very, very slight lead going to the top of City Hall here. Ooh, okay, SA. Yeah, not gonna be able to do the spin throw there. Showing off the fact that he is in fact on Joy-Cons with that down throw. That's what you love to see. Joy-Con gang rise up. And yeah, it looks like it's only about a few seconds here. And oh my gosh, literally synced on the moon grabs here. Oh my goodness. And Proac actually going to take a small lead because of slightly faster movement down to the pool. That is so cool. Looks like the bullseye is good. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was going to be hitting for Proac. Does make it work though. And SA, yeah, going to be slightly behind now by a few seconds because of slightly better movement from Proac. And yeah, clean endings here from both. And it's going to be, what is this, about a 3-second lead for Proac out of Metro? I mean, heck, we saw this in the last race too. I believe it was like maybe even less time, actually, maybe about 2 seconds of a difference out of Metro between the two runners. This time it's 3. This is what you love to see, folks, these close races. It's where it gets very, very interesting. And especially with this being quarterfinals, it makes sense that both these runners are going all out for it. Now we're going to be heading into the second half of the run. Who will have a better second half? Because at this point, whoever has the better second half will be able to pull out the win here. All starts with Snow Kingdom. So we get the clean. Oh, SA losing their momentum here a little bit. So Proac gonna build about a second more on that lead or so. Love seeing the Proac support in chat. That's what you like to see. We saw the SA support earlier. We were kind of missing the Proac support, but now we've got it here in spades. So both runners being represented well in the chat. I would assume both of them would probably be going for a Snowdram here. That's basically a standard thing at 101 level. Oh, Proac having some difficulty getting to that moon, and actually that's going to give SA the lead by about a second. Oh, missing the wall jump though, and Proac is right back in the lead. All right, let's keep track of the number of lead changes in Snow, because why not? We've already got 2. How many more can we get? Snowclip could make a difference here. It looks like that is good for Proac and will be good. Is this good for SA as well? No, it's not. So Proac going to be building about a second or 2 here more on that lead. Doing the ground pound. Oh, misses the moon. Gets on the second pass though. SA maybe making a tiny bit of time up with that first moon. Ooh, okay, little bit close there for Proac, but does survive. And okay, let's see. It's about 3 seconds. Will we see any more lead changes in Snow? We've already had 2. Will we get any more? Goomba Room could be a big difference maker here, or the lead up to Goomba Room as we see SA take a bonk. Gonna be losing a couple there. The short hops here for Proac. And the big hops in the meantime for SA. 2 kind of different strats there for that movement. Cool to see. Proac setting up a safe triple jump. SA maybe going for a slightly faster one. And yeah, both of them with pretty good Goomba rooms. Now the big question is, will Snowdram be a factor? Because we'll be seeing these shops here first, and then we'll be seeing these Snowdram attempts, and we'll basically be seeing them just about simultaneously. So I'll have to really keep my eyes out here. Try and keep track of both of them if I can. I will try my very best. Yeah, Proac gonna be up to the plate here first. But SA definitely not far behind at all. Going for the more standard setup. Oh, SA bonking on their way up. And Proac is good. Alright, SA, time to match it. And will be good, making that by a mile. And very good Snowdrams here from both. That's what you love to see. But yeah, because of those bonks, Proac going to be pulling slightly ahead here out of Snow. And okay, so we have a 3558 here from Proac versus a 3603 here from SA. So yeah, 5-second difference into Seaside. Yeah, Seaside presumably not much would change as far as the lead goes here, unless we do see some odd bonks. But shouldn't be too much here that could happen. Luncheon is where things could really get interesting. I think that's where we kind of saw the difference start to take shape in the last race. Oh, but Proac! Okay, bonking right away. Maybe commentators should learn his lesson from the last race that he tried to commentate. And try and maybe keep his mouth shut a little bit more about stuff like that. And yeah, we see some interesting lines here to get over to the pipe. Yeah, the Bella Pillars incident. Never forget. And yeah, SA going to be pulling into the lead here by a couple seconds now. Ooh, the clean up throw strat. That's such a cool strat. I love seeing that. Very, very cool looking. Oh, SA with slightly better movement over to the Cheap Cheap. And I would assume we probably won't see any fish and dip attempts. Oh, wait! SA clipped out of bounds. He went for it. Does he stay out? Looks like he does. Okay, well played to SA. Oh, Proac bonking a little bit here. And just about a sink here. That's really interesting. You kind of a weird sink. Yeah, I don't know, C-Man. Like, I mean, I don't really feel like saying SA1102 every time. That feels weird as well. So I've kind of just been saying SA, but I don't know. If anyone else has any ideas, let me know. Um, Maybe that's something to ask him about if he comes in for an interview. It is a weird name, yeah. No offense, SA, if you're listening. Um, but no, like you're not really sure what to say, but and I've just been going with SA. I think that's what. No, never mind. I don't know what I was trying to cook there. I'm not sure what the last commentator would have been saying during SA's first race. But either way, good seasides here from both. SA probably building a little bit on a lead here because of that fish and dips. Or maybe not. Maybe it's only like 3 seconds. Never mind. But yeah, this is what you love to see. It was, what was it, like 3 seconds out of Metro, 5 seconds out of Snow for Proac, and now 3 seconds out of Seaside for SA. Will we see it stay this close out of Luncheon? Will Proac take the lead? Will SA maybe build a lead? Will it stay this close? Literally anything can happen here. It's the beauty of racing this game. Going for Salt Triple. That doesn't look good. Yeah, gonna have to set it back up. Losing the height there, unfortunately. And oh my goodness, just about synced on these moon grabs. Proac making the time back up, but does fall initially, so. Oh my gosh, they're basically jumping in sync. That's crazy. Are you not entertained, chat? This is wild. Alright, yeah, neither of them going for Spiritless, so yeah, explains why Proac did not opt to do the Metro Shop. Oh, SA. Hitting Spirit back a little bit. I mean, normally this is things that wouldn't really be too important, but at this point, with the race being so tight, every little mistake counts. And it's basically about whoever makes the least of those little mistakes. And yeah, it's a 1 second difference here. SA still just barely in the lead. Absolute cinema, if I do say so myself. And yeah, not too much going on here. Both grabbing the moon cleanly. Oh, SA taking some damage though. And a sink out of the room. Absolutely wild. And Proac with a slight lead now because of slightly better movement. Oh, maybe not! Proac going to be taking... Looks like a death. Yeah, that's a death for Proac. Bonking on the... What is that, the pillar? No, that doesn't sound right. But bonking on the... Whatever that's called there. And taking a death. So SA gonna be in the lead. Just like that. And I mean, Luncheon's another one of these kingdoms where it's just so unforgiving. Anything can happen, and mistakes like that can cost you big. And yeah, SA probably now going to be, what, about 15, 20 seconds ahead? And that's... We'll see if that's the difference here in this race. At this point, it certainly seems like it could be. And we've still got RBM to go, and the rest of Luncheon, of course. But, you know, at this point, with them being so close throughout basically the rest of the race, that could very well be a difference maker here. SA moving through these forks. Perfectly fine. Proac's going to have to match to try and keep it close here. Oh, misses the fork. Gonna be losing just a teeny bit more time. Not getting the up throw. And just kind of floundering here in Fork's room. Is staying alive, luckily. That's the main thing. But definitely is dropping a bit of spaghetti here. Not staying on the fork, you could say. While SA moving through here, a very clean cheese. The cheese and spaghetti all staying on the fork here for SA. Have you not heard that from SM64 races before? The SM64 commentators saying stuff like that? I feel like I've heard some. Maybe I'm kind of mixing up my words a little bit, but um, I'm sure they've said stuff like that before. Maybe not exactly that, but no. Maybe you just haven't watched enough SM64 races then. But yeah, it looks like Proac will have more ads, so I'll have to wait about another 30, 40 seconds here to see where he is at. Meanwhile, SA working through Luncheon here pretty good. And yeah, I mean, I can't really think of too much that went wrong here for SA in this Luncheon, other than maybe the damage leaving the kind of back room. And yes, speaking of SM64, actually, while we've got these cutscenes and stream freezing, um, yeah, I'll quickly shout that out. So, Green Sweegie, the now current world record holder in SM64 120 star, has done it again. This time live at pace, dropping the first 135 at a live event, and the third ever 135, I should say. Sweegie has all three, by the way, because he's Sweegie. But yeah, that was very, very cool. That happened actually just before this race, when we had our break between the first and second races. And he was actually on record pace going into the final Bowser stage as well. Yes, Sweegie has done it again. Cue the Simply video. But yeah, it looks like SA gonna have just a bit over a 20-second lead here leaving Luncheon. And yeah, we see the mistakes from Proac. Kind of building up here. I didn't really get to see if they made any more mistakes. Looks like the rest was clean, if they kept it about 20 seconds, but yeah, SA definitely with a bit of a lead here for sure. But, you know, RBM, anything can happen. I know I've said this a bunch before, but it's true. Especially in Bowser's. And yes, this is true. Sweegie has no 136s. Completely skipping over the 136 barrier with his first 135. And now has gotten two more 135s since then. Still hasn't seen a 136 though. And quite possibly at this rate, may never will. Oh, SA having some interesting movement here. Gonna be onto 1 HP. And yeah, both of them freeing Toad. That's what you love to see. These runs will stay valid indeed. That's what you love to see. But the question is, will they continue to stay valid when we get to bunnies? Or will one of them decide to do the cursed topper first? And yeah, Proac with a much cleaner first cycle here. You don't really hear this too often, but might be saving a tiny bit of time here in Ruined. But yeah, both of them kind of just waiting here for the next cycle now. Not too much to comment on. Oh, SA on to 1 HP again, though. Should be fine, but might be a little bit extra spooky. But does stay alive. I'm trying to remember the last time I've seen a speedrunner die during the Ruin fight. I'm trying to remember it. You don't see it often at all, but I know I've definitely seen it at least once during an any percent run from somebody. I forget who that was, but I have definitely seen it happen before. Not happening here, though, luckily, for either runner. You'd hate to see it in a race. That would just be so demoralizing, and would probably cost you the race. And yeah, getting close, SA, for sure. Getting close. But, thankfully, did not happen. And, okay, let's see the exits here. Looks like it'll be about a 49.19 ruined exit for SA. Yep, 49.19. And for Proac, looks like it will be about a 49.48. So yeah, about just under 30-second difference here going into Bowser's. It may seem like quite a bit, and I mean, for this race, it definitely is quite a bit. It's probably, other than Lake, maybe the biggest lead we've had so far. But you know, it's Bowser's Kingdom. Anything can happen. It certainly seems repetitive. I've been saying it a lot, but it's true. Anything can happen. Yeah, what's up, JD? Welcome on in. You're just in time for the end of this exciting match. It's been a very, very close race. This match and the last one have both been very, very nice. In the sense that they've been super close. Very entertaining. It's what you love to see to kick off the weekend. And yeah, neither of them opting for Bird Jam. It makes sense at this level. And yeah, both of them pretty clean ogres here. What kind of strats will we get here in Shards? Ooh, SA going for a very neat little trick there. That actually looked really nice. I might try to have to poach that, maybe. It seemed quite neat. Well, it's rare, Lucine, you know? I'm sure you can agree with me that it's quite rare. Not to say it's impossible to see it, but it is quite rare. Is that who you were thinking of, Lucine? No, not only black screen. Well, maybe a few out there, but yeah, again, pretty rare, I would think. Not to say it doesn't exist, but Proac trying to go for the slightly faster shards movement here. Unfortunately, not quite getting it to work. Actually, probably going to be losing time here over SA, who had the kind of more consistent, safer shards here. And going to be taking damage as well. That's a damage refill going to be required. And let's see. SA opting for Harriet first. Alright, well, looks like SA's run is still valid, folks. That's what you like to see. And getting the Star Bomba to go with it as well. Very nice there from SA. Oh, Proac diving off of the edge! And that's going to give SA even more of a lead to work with here going into mech. Oh, that's unfortunate. And yeah, Proac just taking the safer movement now. Oh, that's rough. That's going to make it close to a minute here for SA going into mech, assuming nothing else goes wrong here for either runner. Mark Lucas as well. Okay, well, yeah, a few people, but yeah, usually you see the crates. And Proac opting to do topper first. So it may look like they're synced, but Proac does have a whole boss fight to go. Clean toppers from both, though, I must say. Getting very, very close to the caps, but not taking damage. Very well played. And yeah, we'll see the difference here. SA basically a full Harriet fight ahead at this point. And Proac opting not to go for Sarbomba. Alright, well, here we go. Comes down to mech, as it usually does. And okay, clean crate break. I can speak English, I swear. A clean crate break there from SA. Ooh, Proac taking some damage, unfortunately. And not sure if he's already grabbed the checkpoint or not. Might have to go do that to save him needing the health refill. Oh, and gonna opt to not do it. Gonna opt to take the health refill here. And SA up to mech now. What will we see here? I would assume, yeah, definitely not going to see any birds being used. Hopefully not, anyway. Shouldn't need them. Unless something catastrophic does happen. But a clean first two bubbles here for SA. And Proac, meanwhile, getting the Crates Moon. Looked pretty clean from the bit I saw there. Playing it slightly safer here to get to the Pokio. And okay, we see a TA attempt here from SA. TA from SA. And gonna be nailing it. Alright. Oh, Proac. Some interesting movement here trying to get up. SA may have just golded mech? What? Getting a gold during a race? Perhaps? That would be very hype. Alright, meanwhile, Proac starting a mech fight of his own here. Basically gonna have to match SA's mech here. Not only that, but also hope that there's a bit of a meltdown in Moon on SA's end. But I mean, if SA's golding mech out here, then... I mean, at this point, definitely has that confidence going into Moon. Yeah, we'll see a TA attempt here from Proac as well. And misses it, but stays on the arm. So able to just back it up nice and cleanly there. Very, very scary, but does stay on the mech in the end. And I mean, if he had fallen off the mech there, I would have called it right there. But because he stayed on the arm somehow, I mean, it's definitely going to be difficult. He's going to need SA to make a mistake of some kind, but I mean, giving himself at least that small chance by not falling off. Golded by 0.1. GG on the mech gold SA. In a race. That's what you love to see. And also, I'm going to leave no comment on that Lucine. I'm just gonna leave that. I'm not gonna mention anything about that. I do not want a second incident on my record. I'll just see how things are going and commentate on that accordingly. Grabbing these rocket flowers. And yeah, I didn't see the timings, but yeah, it looks like SA is definitely probably about a minute 15 or so ahead. And a clean Mooncave skip here from SA. And yeah, from what it's looking like, yeah, probably about a minute 15 or so. So yeah, Proac gonna have to rely on not only having a good moon of his own, but also gonna have to hope that something very unfortunate happens to SA. Okay, should be fine, and yeah, is. Making it a little bit close there, but does get to Bowser there for the first phase. Pretty good vector there from Proac. Might... Oh, jumps to save it, though. Wow. I thought for sure he was taking damage there. The jump, though. Very, very clutch. SA, second phase is good. Excuse me. Oh, Proc taking a bit of a bonk getting over to Sphinx, though, unfortunately. But does get a clean Mooncave skip of his own. Did get the Mooncave skip, so you can't blame me for that one. Does take the bonk, though, unfortunately, trying to climb up. We'll have to do it again. No, I said he had a good Mooncave skip, and he did. That's not one. That one isn't on me. I didn't say clean movement after the Mooncave skip. Yeah, speaking of clean, SA, a clean Bowser fight. And gonna hope to finish it off with a clean escape. Yeah, is it though? I feel like that's subjective. Because, I mean, obviously the main part is the skip itself, and that's what most people think of when they think of Mooncave skip. They don't really think of the movement afterward as being part of the trick. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Yeah, if you say so. I don't necessarily agree with it, but... Oh, SA... Okay. Hitting his head a little bit, but does hit a clean 2D skip. Well, that is interesting. I wouldn't have considered it as that, but I guess to each their own. I'd say onto pillars here now, though. And I couldn't really hear it, but oh, the first pillar is not good. Gonna have to take another shot here. And I think I saw now the first pillar is good. And this last pillar will go down. And SA is done. Going to be finishing off with a 102 2x. Getting those consistent 102s. Dropping a 102, I think 32, if I remember correctly, in the first race. And now going to be dropping a 102 21. 102 20, SA says. But yeah, very, very close to PB on both of his races. That is what you like to see, the consistency. And yeah, going to be taking home the win. Going to be moving on to the semifinals. And yeah, we do have some ads on ProX end once again. Um, so unfortunately, we won't get to see if he went for 2DSS or not. I would assume not, but I guess you never know. Um, I guess we'll never know though. Um, but yeah, GG's to SA. Very, very good run overall. And yeah, finishing within 30 seconds of his PB. That's very, very good for a race. Gonna be a serious contender here in Division A if he's dropping times like that. But yeah, I guess we'll wait for Proax feed to come back. Um, SA, were you wanting to come in for an interview, or maybe we could just do like a little chat interview, even if you're down. Get your best BM? Oh, that's what's up. And I mean, during a race too. That's pretty nuts. Okay, Proax speed is back. Swiping the last block here. And that's going to be a 103 still for Proax. So still a pretty good run of his own here. Going to be finishing off with a 103.58. So GG's to Proax for finishing up the run. And I mean, a pretty respectable time of his own. But I mean, SA, playing that close to PB, Proac would have had to do the same. And of course, that's very, very hard to do in a race. But I mean, a 103, still a very respectable time for a race. I guess we'll see if either of them want to come in for a quick interview. And yeah, SA definitely, you're definitely showing it with that for sure. Finishing out a very good run in round one as well, getting a 102.32, and making it even better here in the second round. Very, very impressive stuff. I'm pretty sure you actually have the two best times in Division A so far, if I remember correctly, with that race as well. So that's very, very neat. But yeah, gonna be a serious contender here in Division A for sure, at this rate of going. Okay, so yeah, looks like SA will not be joining the booth. That's perfectly fine. We've kind of been hanging out in chat, talking, so that's perfectly fine. Yeah, GG's. Your worst race? Aw, that's unfortunate. I mean, you still finished a 103 though, so I mean, still a pretty impressive race time to have. Regardless, playing only about 2 inches off a PB. That's not bad for a no reset. I know you might be disappointed in some of the things that happened, but I mean, you can still hold your head high. You made it to the quarterfinals. Had some pretty respectable times, and getting it done here. Maybe not quite moving on to the semifinals, but I mean, still showing up and showing out. But yeah, I guess we'll just wait to see if Proac wants to come in here for a quick interview. Otherwise, if not, I guess we'll be cutting it to a short break. Next up, we do have Crunchy Spawn versus Seaman Rulo. So SA will actually be playing the winner of this next match. So SA, you might want to stick around, get to see who you're facing in the semifinals. But I'll be joining for that one as well to do comms for that one as well. Um, guess we'll just wait another moment here or two. Otherwise, I guess maybe we'll just cut it to a break. Yeah, I guess just quickly going over the rest of the day. So yeah, we have Crunchy and Seaman next. We have Lex versus Arcani, which is our first Division B semifinal happening after Crunchy and Seaman. I'm going to be joining you guys for that one as well. And then we have our first Div S matches to end off the day. We have Hot Boy versus Mesa. I'm sorry, I don't know which one is correct. Um, and then we have Game Nerd versus Tuxedo Cat to finish out the day. So some very, very good matches coming up. Should be very hype. Um, but it looks like we have not had a response from Proax, so I guess maybe we'll just cut it to a quick break here then, and we'll be back for our next match at 2100 UTC or 4 p.m. Eastern for those you Eastern folks out there. But yeah, we'll be back in about 15. Stay tuned.